Let's do a clap on three. 1, 2, 3.
Looked good.
It looked good to me. Welcome, everybody, back to the BettorOff Premiercast. This is episode 11, and we are breaking down this week's Premier League games. I don't think we have anything to talk about from last week. Nothing at all. I think it was pretty cut and dry. I don't think anyone lost anyone a parlay.
Yeah, so our very first week of doing the "You'll Never Bet Alone"
like
parlay.
where you've got that from.
If you noticed, Harrison took the safe bet. Harry took the first bet.
The safe bet
for Man City first half, and they just got absolutely annihilated. And the rest of our legs, sorry to our users who did enter in the contest. No money won for anybody this week, thanks to the guy with the hat.
The man with the hat. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm expecting a formal apology from Pep. That's what I'm expecting.
The safe bet.
Tell me it wasn't a safe bet. I thought it was a safe bet. But I don't know. I guess Crystal Palace pulled out some magic. This is going back to what I talked about with Jordan 2 or 3 weeks ago. You never know what Man City game your team you're going to get.
Yep.
You just don't know. They're focused on Champions League.
That's why they're not the safe bet.
I guess so. You know what? Man City's on my do not bet list. That list is slowly growing.
Until this week.
Until this week. It's slowly growing until I'm just not betting Premier League anymore.
You know what? The safe bet was just Tottenham getting thrashed. Yeah. That was the absolute
That was the safe bet was Nuno to be sacked before
Ole.
I love how all the fans are super excited that they're bringing in.
We will get
Conte,
to it, Dan.
yeah, he's the same.
We have games to talk about before the Tottenham game.
All right.
And it's starting off with not a doozy on Friday. We have Southampton at home against Aston Villa. Southampton is homing in at the favorite, plus 110. Aston Villa, plus 260. Over-under is 2.5. Dan, you have any insights on this one?
I like the under, and I like Southampton. I still don't think Villa. I go against Villa every week, and so far it's been working. I just don't think Dean Smith knows his best 11. I still think he's tinkering. As we've said from day one, I don't think he bought well. You lose Grealish and you replace him with someone who gives you nothing back. It's never going to be good. But I think Southampton are going to be too strong for him. I kind of like the 1-0, 2-0 Southampton.
Okay, Jordan, you in the same boat, or you think this is going over?
I'm going to take Villa because Southampton are my relegation candidates, as I will mention every week. So I do think it's going to be I'll probably take the under, but I think Villa actually might pull away here. I've got a thing for Ollie Watkins, and I think he's going to score some goals.
I'll take that bet.
I'm looking at Villa's previous results, and not many games have gone under 2.5. Dan, maybe that's why that's at even money under 2.5 right now.
No, I still think it's going to be under 2.5.
Dan likes it. We're gonna have to see. All right, moving on. Bright and early Saturday morning, everyone turns their eyes to Manchester, the Manchester Derby. Man United's at home. What are we thinking here? City is minus 135 after, as we've talked about already, a shock loss against Crystal Palace. Man United plus 380 after a big win against Tottenham. A draw yesterday at Atalanta. Over-unders at 2.75. Jordan, give it to me.
Yeah, even though, United, came off the hot wins and the draws, I'm going to go Manchester City on this one. I don't think United are consistent enough to just put together wins or good results. And I just think there's a lot of instability still there. And Ronaldo can't pull a rabbit out of the hat every single time for you. And I think Manchester City are just going to be too aggressive and too much pressing for United to handle and Maguire to handle. And so, yeah, I'm going to go Manchester City on that one.
Dan?
It's another derby. Everything goes out the window. We spoke about this with Tottenham Arsenal. Has Ole fixed it with going 3 at the back? Worked against Tottenham. If City had a striker, I would say City will win this game easily. With them not having a striker, I just don't know. I think this. I don't want to say the safe bet, but I think City with no draw, I think is probably the safer option. It's derbies are always hard to go with, but no, I kind of fancy City on this one.
If I ever see minus 135 for City, I really like it. But I did just say that they are on my no bet list, so I'm taking a break from Man City this week, and I can't trust Man United after that Liverpool game. Can't trust them, so I don't even like them with the spread.
Yeah,
I'm just staying away. The lines are really weird to me. If Man United was a full +1, maybe they're at plus 0.75. The over/under set at 2.75.
Pick it, Harrison.
Obviously,
pick City. You know you want to.
Give me the over. I'm staying away from City.
Yeah, I also think Man United had a big game yesterday. That would have tired them out. City play today, but I don't see them struggling at all today. I think they'll probably even rest some players, to be honest.
Okay, put some respect on Club Brugge.
No,
Bruges, whatever it is.
Bruges. But yeah, I think they beat them 5-1 away, so they're at home. Yeah, I think I still think City.
Okay. Moving on and sticking in Saturday, we have Crystal Palace welcoming in Wolves. Crystal Palace coming off a big win against Man City. Wolves seem to find their shooting boots last week, finally. What do we think here? It's Crystal Palace is plus 150, Wolves plus 210, and the over-under set at 2.25.
I've said from day one, I like Crystal Palace this year. I like how Vieira's got them playing. I thought it was just a matter of time before they finally got their first win. They've been so close in a few games. The Arsenal game, they finally got the win against Man City. But I like the way they're set up. They're at home. Zaha seems to be back to his normal self. I like the signing of Edouard. I think Crystal Palace win this one. Again, though, draw no bet.
Jordan, anything different?
I've been kind of putting money on Wolves lately, and they've been helping me out. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with Dan on this one. I think Crystal Palace, I think it's a pretty even matchup, but I think Crystal Palace kind of edges one out. Zaha does seem like he's got a swagger back, starting fights and scoring goals, and that's the Zaha that people like to see, and that's the best Zaha when he plays. So it seems like he's kind of got that chip on his shoulder back and, wants to score goals just to piss off the other team.
I like it. All right, moving on, we have Chelsea, number 1. By themselves, Chelsea. Welcoming in Burnley. Burnley off a pretty big win, I would say, for them against Brentford, a surprising Brentford side this season. Brentford is a heavy favorite, minus 165. Sorry.
Chelsea.
Burnley is plus 1,100, and Chelsea's minus 375. Is there anything to talk about in this game?
How much do you put on Chelsea is the
Well, the spread is plus 1.75, and the over-under is set at 2.75.
I like Chelsea with the spread. I like them as part of a parlay. Get their odds up. But yeah, this one's an easy one.
Yeah, I don't like the over-under because I don't see Burnley putting in any goals against Mendy. But again, Chelsea could put up 3 by themselves. We're going to have to see. But Jordan, do you see anything different here besides maybe some parlay fodder?
No, yeah, I like the over. I think Chelsea have a lot of firepower, and Burnley, while everyone says they kind of sit back and they got some bruisers in at defense. I think they're going to try to push out. After scoring 3 goals against Brentford, they might get a little confidence there, and Chelsea are just going to counterattack and just score away.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Norwich, another chance to get the first win of the season. This time it's against Brentford at Brentford. Heavy favorites, or not really heavy favorites as much as like Chelsea. Brentford minus 165. Norwich plus 500. Brentford's a 1-goal favorite.
I'm surprised at those odds of minus 165. I was kind of hoping it was going to be a plus 110 because I think this is Brentford are going to win this one. I think they're going to be coming back from last week, and Norwich are going down. It's just a matter of time before we know when it's legally happening.
Okay. So you see no light at the end of the tunnel for Norwich?
No. It wouldn't surprise me. This is one of the worst teams that I've seen grace the Premier League. It wouldn't surprise me if they go winless this season.
Some strong words.
They haven't. They didn't buy well. When you come out the champions, the difference from the Championship to the Premier League is so big. People don't really understand how big that gulf is. And when you don't buy players that are good enough for the Premier League, you are going straight back down. So I don't think they've invested well. Yeah, they're going down. It's just a matter of when.
All right. And both of these teams saw over 2.5 goals last week. That's where the over/under set at. Overs even money plus 100. Unders minus 120. Do you think this is high scoring or not? Or you think they both just hunker down?
I think Norwich play on the counter attack. Just Brentford's firepower. I think Mobomo's back this week as well. They are without Raya, which we saw the new goalkeeper last week was not great. So yeah, I just I don't know. I kind of see this being a 2-3-0 Brentford.
All right. Moving on, another relegation candidate, Newcastle, on the road at Brighton. Brighton, not as big of favorites as I would have thought. Minus 155. Norwich comes in at plus 485 after getting absolutely smacked by Chelsea. Brighton coming off a big draw against your boys, Dan, Liverpool. Honestly, I think 155 is pretty good value here for Brighton. A Brighton side that's been surprising this season. We've seen really good periods of football from them within games. I don't know if they've really put together a full game, but Newcastle has just not been great.
Yeah, and Brighton have a lot of exciting players. They got Lamptey, they've got Trossard, they got Maupay. They're all guys who can make something happen. Pascal Gross. They've got so many players that can make stuff happen from nothing. And when I look at Newcastle and kind of their form, is that they've got Saint Maximin, but other than that, I'm not feeling that excitement or those can pull something out of nowhere type of plays that I feel from Brighton.
Yeah, I think this is an easy Brighton win. Brighton gets stronger. Dan Burns back from injury as well. He'll tighten them up at the back. Like Jordan said, Newcastle don't have any firepower apart from St. Maximum. I just don't see. It's another one. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel for Newcastle either.
Not even with the winter transfer window approaching, and
I was having this conversation with my buddy yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? But so here's the thing: you've got this new guy coming in. He's got 250 million to spend, and you are near the bottom of the Premier League, and you live in Newcastle. Who wants to go to a club that is not really competing for the Premier League. You're fighting for relegation. Who wants to be that first person that goes, I'm going to jump ship from the club I'm at to go to Newcastle and fight for relegation? Because that's essentially what they're going to do for the first year, maybe even 2 years. The players that they have been linked with, or the ones that they're talking about, are all players that cannot get in the starting 11 of the club that they're at. So how does that make them better than what is currently in the Premier League? The whole thing just doesn't really make sense to me. If I was buying a football club and I had that much money, Newcastle wouldn't have been the club I would have bought. I would have bought somebody along the lines of like your West Hams, who are up there competing. How do I get them to the next step? I don't see it. I think it's going to be a big flop. And Newcastle fans are great. Like, they deserve some success because they are truly some of the best fans. I don't think it's as black and white. Black and white with the Toon Army, like what I did. I don't think it's as black and white as everyone's making out of. We're going to come in, we're going to buy these players. 250 million nowadays isn't that much money.
Yeah, and that's what I was just gonna say is like, well, how much money do you need when you've got guys like Harry Kane, speculated to be over 100 million easily if you buy him.
Grealish was 100.
Maguire going for 80 million. Like, what is 200 million get you?
Let's say they buy 3 quality players at 100 million. That doesn't change their team enough.
Mm-hmm.
They're obviously poor right now. They don't have quality players. They're not Premier League worthy. And I don't know what gets them out of this.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tough for them because we've seen the bigger clubs, like let's just take Chelsea, the biggest example of this. They've spent a ton of money in the past few years, but they've also raked in.
Well, that was the other
I think they've made a
conversation.
profit in the past 5 years.
That was the
right?
other conversation. Is like, if Newcastle start to sell people, who do they sell that's going to get them any money back?
They're going to get a bag of balls for the training ground.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that their best player at maximum, they could probably sell him for 30, 40 million. He's their best player. Who, if that's the money that they're going to recoup, it just doesn't make sense. I think they would be smart to, rather than buy in January, I would look at players that are going to be out of contract so they don't have to pay the transfer fee, and give the player a huge signing on bonus, give them more wages than anyone else is going to give them, and get players in that way. That would be the smart thing for them to do, but they would have to put a clause in of, hey, if we don't stay in the Premier League, this is null and void kind of deal. Because no one's going to want to play in the Championship that the players they're going after. So, I just don't see light at the end of the tunnel for them either, and that's why they were in my relegation.
And Dan said it before, and I think he said it again, that he thinks that the new owners will be out in a few seasons max. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I just don't see how just a lump sum of money can fix that team, because you're right. There are a lot of other factors that go into it. And I don't know, England, cities, towns, but the way Dan said it, it doesn't seem like Newcastle's a fun place to live.
It's just
apologies to our viewers in Newcastle.
It's north. It's cold. It's it's not the most.
Oh, they're in the Wisconsin they're in the central Wisconsin of England.
Yeah, but
so Jordan will be signed as a new Newcastle player in January.
You look at their lineup against Chelsea, and you don't take, apart from St. Maximin, maybe Callum Wilson, you don't take any other player in that team and put them in any other Premier League team, maybe Norwich. But other than that, they don't get into any other team. That's the worrying thing for Newcastle.
Yeah. And, they're only ahead of Norwich by, 2 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still without a win
2
this
points,
year.
still without a win, just like Norwich. But
30 million on Joe Linton, who they don't even play. They've bought badly in the past, and it seems to be a continuing tradition. And I'm worried that it's going to be interesting to see who the new guy that comes in, what his credentials are. Is it going to be someone, that people know? That's going to be the interesting thing. I think we'll get a lot from the manager that they bring in. We'll know then, okay, is this we're going to try and get all the best players in, or is this this doesn't make sense? So
Yeah.
we'll find out more from that.
All right. And now we're moving on to Sunday. Another Sunday where all of our teams play.
Fun
We're gonna
parlay.
parlay
Parlay Sunday.
time. Parlay Sunday.
Well, I guess we'll just bet on our teams and then bet against Tottenham. That would be the safe bet.
All right, let's start with Leicester visiting Leeds. Leicester comes in at plus 150 favorite, Leeds plus 182. Jordan, give it to us. Why should we bet on Leicester?
Yeah, I like the pick'em here. It's two pretty even teams, I think, and Leicester have been shaky. Leeds have been shaky as well, but Leeds looked really good the last game. Leicester will be playing midweek in Europa tomorrow. I like the draw no bet because this game's going to be two inconsistent teams that have a lot of attacking power going at it. I like watching Leeds play. I think Daniel James is hitting a little bit of form. And I think Leicester will win if we can control possession. And if we can't, then I think we'll be in rough shape, because we're not good against constant attacking teams and pressure and taking in set pieces. But so I'm still going to take the Leicester pick'em. I think it's minus 115.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yep. So that's who I'm going to go for.
All right, Dan, are you going to crush Jordan's dreams?
This is probably the one game that I stay away from this week. What were the odds on Leeds?
Plus 182.
And Leicester?
Plus 150. So fairly even.
There's not enough in it for me to really bet on this one. Leeds are definitely starting to perform better. I feel like when Rafinha plays well, Leeds play well. I still don't like that they don't have a true striker, without Bamford. I'd like to see that. I can't remember the name of that kid who came on the other day. Gelhard, I think his name might be. I'd love to see him get a run. He came on and changed the game the other week. But Leicester is so hit and miss right now. Then I don't know where to put the money on this one. This is a draw would be probably the safer option. I just don't see either team edging this one out. Leeds at home. If this was at Leicester, I'd probably sway towards Leicester. But Leeds is not a nice place to go. It's atmosphere.
Plus 255 for the draw.
Yeah, I like the draw on that.
All right.
I'd parlay that draw with Everton-Tottenham draw.
Wow, he's making some big predictions here. So like you just mentioned, let's go to Tottenham. Everton. And, okay, let's just get through this. I believe, so Dan mentioned it earlier.
He believes. He believes.
Ted Lasso, I believe. I was Ted Lasso for Halloween. Ted Lasso, I believe. Okay. Dan mentioned it before that the fans are super excited with this manager change, but he doesn't think that they're going to play the style of football that they want. And yes, everyone likes to see attacking football, fun football, kind of like what we saw under Poch. But I think the biggest thing for the fans, at least for me, is I don't mind 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins, playing defensively if you see the players try and you get the results. The past 2 or 3 games, we've seen that Tottenham has traveled the least amount of any Premier League team, and Dan has something to say, so give it to me.
Right. So I'm glad you said that because you just hit the nail on the head. So all this, I don't care how we play. I'd rather just win, get the 1-0s, all that kind of stuff.
Mourinho.
That's exactly what Mourinho did.
But half the players hated Mourinho.
Fans didn't like him because of the way that you played, and it wasn't attacking, and it wasn't pretty to watch. So guess what you did? You got rid of Mourinho. You're getting a new guy who's exciting. He was at Wolves. He got Wolves. Wolves scored loads of goals. So let's bring this guy in.
He had no system. He never played a consistent system. He didn't bring the one he had at Wolves, even though he had the players to play
You
it.
also only had him for 10 games. And then you
10 games. we're so ass. It hurts me.
So okay,
You were top of the league at one point.
Let's put
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. So they haven't played bad. They haven't played well. Sorry, you're still in the top 10. He's been there for 10 games. He hasn't stamped his authority. He hasn't really had a good transfer window to get the players in he wants to get in. You've gone and bought in Conte, who is known for his Mourinho style of we're going to sneak, get wins, and that's it. It's not going to be pretty, but we're going to get wins. You've literally sacked Mourinho and paid him a bunch of money. You've paid loads of money to bring Nuno in. Now you've paid him loads of money to get rid of him, and then you've bought in another Mourinho. And you're going to get the wins, and fans are going to be happy for about 7-8 months. And then they're going to go, oh, we are getting wins, but it's really boring to watch. I don't like the style of play, and we're going to finish 4th or 5th again. Let's get this guy out, and let's get somebody else. And you're just going to keep rotating it around.
We're going to
Well,
keep
here's
rotating
the-
until Poch comes back.
fickle fans. You are never going to be happy. You weren't happy with...
It's going to happen until Poch comes back, and
You weren't happy with Poch.
No, the biggest mistake was firing that man. He took us to a Champions League final.
Yeah, and then you fired him.
I'm not Dan Levy. Don't talk to me. All right, Jordan has something to say now.
I love this hand feature. So the thing is, I think a big part about bringing Conte in, I think that might be one of the only things that gets Harry Kane to stay past winter, maybe into summer. He stated today that, Harry Kane does not plan on leaving now that Conte's in. But like Dan said, you've spent a lot of money switching in and out managers. Conte is known every single place he goes to say, hand me the money. Show me the money. I need players. Your players suck. Like he's done that every place. And, owners don't like that. And Levy definitely doesn't like spending money. But at some point, you've just got to do it. And
He's already been told he's got no money to spend.
I heard differently.
He's got limited transfer funds. Limited means about 30 million.
Unlimited.
Here's the thing. You have bringing Conte, and he's reuniting with his Italian boy, who's our director of football. I can't remember his name. I think he can do what Mourinho wouldn't, and ship off the players that don't try. In Ndombele, he's great, but if he doesn't start putting in the effort under Conte, he's gone. Like things like that. Harry Winks, if he only passes backwards for a full game, ship him.
But who wants them?
I don't care. I would just rather free up first team space. I'd rather them play Scarlett and give him a run out in midfield than fucking
Harry Winks.
Harry Winks.
Harry Winks would not get a game, same as Skip, or does not get a game for any other Premier League club.
They're terrible, and we continue to play them.
China.
Yeah.
China. Send them to China.
Mora's not good enough. Lo Celso's not good enough. Dyer's
Mora,
not good enough.
I think Mora's pace is enough for him to at least come off the bench.
I'm gonna do some stat work while we're talking.
All right. Now that we got that ran out of the way, even though it seems to be continuing with Dan's stat work, let's talk about the game. I think this is a game that Conte can come in and say, boom, I'm here. Tottenham's changed. But if it doesn't go the right way, it's going to be rough. Okay, Tottenham traveling to Everton, plus 155. Everton's plus 190. Jordan, what do you think?
A wise man once told me, when I see Tottenham plus money, I put the house on it. I do think, despite Tottenham being an absolute shambles, and I think they will get that new manager bounce, and people will be trying to play well for him and things like that. And I just think they're a better team than Everton. Maybe not consistently as of late, but I do think they have more talent. I think Tottenham will take this one.
Dan?
I don't think you could be playing Everton at a better time. That their form's dipped. Conte is going to come in and play his 3 at the back, which is just what he's known for. So I kind of like the draw on this one. Everton have got to bounce back. Tottenham have got to show something. I don't see anyone kind of giving up. I like the draw, and yeah, I like the draw. I'm probably
Well, you
gonna,
know
I'm
what?
probably going to parlay it with the other game.
I'm
The
with Jordan
Leicester
here.
game.
I like Tottenham plus 155. Tottenham plus money. Give it to me.
If Harry's taking Tottenham, I'm definitely betting on Everton.
Yeah, go the other way. All right. The last game before Dan's boys finish off the weekend, we have Arsenal at home welcoming in Watford. I don't see this as
Arsenal done.
Arsenal minus 225. Done. Arsenal's been playing well. They went in. Was Leicester home last week, Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah, went into Leicester, 2-0 win. Pretty good showing. It seems like they're finding their form, and against a team like Watford, I don't think it's going to be much of a contest. All right, to finish off the weekend, West Ham is welcoming in Liverpool. Liverpool comes in at minus 138. Not that crazy. West Ham plus 375. Dan, you want to just get it out of the way? Tell us your pick.
Honestly, I like West Ham. West Ham at home. I think they've done well against the big boys so far this year. Liverpool haven't looked that themselves at the back. We used to be very, very tight at the back. I feel like that's kind of slipping right now. Van Dijk doesn't look himself. He had a little spat with Jurgen the other week. I don't think Klopp knows, his best two centre backs. He seems to be mixing it up between Matip and Konate. Still got Gomez on the bench. I'd like to see Gomez get a run, although I do like Konate. But I like the style that West Ham play, and I think that the style that they play, I think, will hurt Liverpool. Liverpool are typically not good against teams that break at pace, and West Ham have an abundance of it. And Antonio's fit, he's playing well. Fornals is fit. Benrahma's playing well. I just like the whole West Ham setup right now. So my money's actually on West Ham.
All right, Jordan, you have any insights?
Draw, no
Yeah.
bet.
I'm gonna go with Liverpool on this one. Yes, they haven't been in the ultimate form, but they haven't lost a game since a friendly in July. Yeah, they've been sure they tied against Brighton and things like that. I think a lot of that comes down to Konate and Van Dijk, who are just the absolutely scary center backs. Just trying to figure out their pairing, and Salah's still in form, and if he stays on fire. It just seems like you can't bet against Liverpool, and at minus 138, those are pretty good odds for one of the most on fire teams in the league.
Yeah, I'm with Jordan here. Sorry to do it to you, Dan, but I'm betting on Liverpool.
It's a win-win for me.
Win-win for you. But what I like even more is a Leicester Tottenham Liverpool parlay. That's plus 1,000, a little 10-1 action. Dan's shaking his head. He doesn't believe. He's a non-believer, Jordan.
All three of those games can go either way.
And I'm a gambling man.
That's the beauty of it, Dan.
No, I'd rather go with my Chelsea, Southampton, probably Man City treble.
All right. So we've reached the end. I need 3 picks from each of you.
No,
you're right. We're doing the never bet alone.
Lucas
my God.
Moura to not score a goal this season.
Minus 10,000. All right. So like we did last week, like Jordan said throughout the podcast, we are doing the never bet alone. We're each going to pick a leg, and then you guys on Twitter are going to be picking the 4th leg of that parlay with a chance to win if that parlay wins. Jordan, you are the expert. How much do they win?
We are putting a hefty $3 bet down.
No, that doesn't sound good. I'm overriding you. I'm executive. $5 bet. It's going to be a $5 4-leg parlay.
And I'm overriding you. I'm going $100 bet. Let's make this interesting.
Let's give the fans what they want.
Bet.
10 grand.
10 grand on a 4-leg parlay.
It has to be at least 50.
Well, with the 4-leg parlay, I like making it interesting with heavier odds, but we're still a startup at heart.
At heart. So Jordan, give us your pick for the weekend.
I will increase this to $5. But that is
$5.
it. But that is it. I'm going to, just to make it a little fun and put a little stake in it, I will do the Leicester City pick'em. I think that's, the draw pushes. But I like the little excitement, and I want everybody to be watching the Leicester City game if they're keeping up with our bets. So I'm going to Leicester.
So minus 115. Dan?
I am going to go. I'm going to go with Brentford.
Brentford at minus 165. Okay. Now, do I do the safe pick of Chelsea?
I'd like you to, because then they'll have the first loss.
All right. Yeah, screw it. Throw in Chelsea. I'll do the easy one. Actually, no. Jordan doesn't like that. We want this to be juice. Give me Tottenham pick'em. Minus 115.
There we go.
So we have Leicester minus 115 pick'em.
Plus
Tottenham pick'em minus 128
is what I've got here.
And Brentford minus 165. Right now, it's plus 400. We will be scouring our Twitter at BettorOff Sports to see what you guys want. Pick the fourth leg. We will be announcing it. I don't know, Jordan. When? Friday before the game, before the Saturday games.
Yeah. We'll try to get it. Let's try to get it up. Probably we'll get the podcast up today. We'll announce it on Friday.
Well, to be honest, I don't think anyone's picking on the Southampton Aston Villa game.
I would.
That's not an exciting game. All right. So depending on the picks, we'll post it Friday or Saturday morning. Any other? We always finish this out. Any other soccer news from around the world that you guys just want to laugh at or say is crazy?
My good win yesterday that I had on the Champions League.
What was that?
You want to tell us about it?
I won. I
had Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Villarreal, Wolfsburg, Chelsea, Juventus.
And what was that? What were the odds on that?
I can tell you right now what they were. Pull it back up. My bets settled. I also got 50% profit boost on my odds.
Ooh.
Because I had a 5.
Using those promos to his advantage.
It was a 6-team parlay.
I actually helped somebody with a promo boost this weekend. If you saw on Twitter, one of our BettorOff users or BettorOff employees, BettorOff Dan, a lot of BettorOffs in that.
Plus 14.75.
That's a big win right there.
$3 bet.
No, I had a $10 bet on it.
He had $100 on it.
But I also had another one that would have been really big. I had Chelsea, Bayern, Juventus, Villarreal, Atalanta, and Ronaldo scored a 90th minute penalty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ole's only going to stick around because Ronaldo saves his ass.
I've never seen anything weirder than it's like a constant cycle of like Manchester United do good. They're terrible. He's about to leave. They do good again.
You heard it here first. Ronaldo, player manager.
Oh, he's going to pull the Wayne Rooney.
Oh, man.
That would be incredible. That's basically what LeBron does.
You heard it here first at BettorOff.
I want to see Ronaldo in a Pep Guardiola suit, and it's like the 80th minute. He just starts unzipping it. He subs himself in.
But let's be honest, Ronaldo already is basically a player coach, right? He has so much influence over that team.
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting to see that, Ole for his redemption game against Tottenham, he puts in the two old boys. Apparently Cavani was just insane in training, and Ole was like, I had to put him in. Like, this dude had a fire in his belly to play, and he played good, and Ronaldo up top did good. So maybe some of those old experienced guys, we're seeing the resurgence of the 35-year-old player. We got Vardy sitting at second in the league in most goals. Ronaldo, Cavani on fire. There's still time for me to become pro, I think.
There's always time. That's what I tell myself when I play hockey at 11:30 at night against a bunch of middle-aged men. Well, all right. That's it. That'll do it for this week for the Better Off Premiercast. So yeah, make sure you follow us on social medias, Instagram, TikTok, or Better Off. Twitter's Better Off Sports, and make sure you tell us what we should add into our already plus 400 parlay for this weekend's games. We'd love to see some crazy picks. Juice it up a little bit. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what we did wrong in the comments. Tell us we're idiots. Download and follow us all on the Better Off app. You can search us now, which is a feature that
New feature.
should have been in Suitor's searchable. What are your guys' Better Off handles?
JSock, you'll find me at top of the leaderboard.
You want to go there?
Dan's the Brit, and Harry, I don't know what you're at now.
I think I'm Harry like 434 or something along those lines.
And
There we go.
Harry is not even on the leaderboard.
I'm not even on the leaderboard. I am trash. A lot of my picks are for testing purposes. That's my excuse. All right, that's it for this week. I've been Harry. That's Jordan. I don't know where they are on the screen, so that's Dan.
Other way.
Thanks for watching.
Adios.